worked. Cool. Wait a little bit for some people to log on. Boopity boop. I'm super tired now. Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Bobbie. Welcome to my channel. I kind of have a feeling my internet has been really crappy today, so yeah, if the live stream stops working, I'm sorry. I'll try and get it restarted as soon as possible. Also, if you see me kind of moving around and making weird random movements, it's just me checking to make sure the live stream is still working. Because when it stops working on my end, it just freezes. So, yeah. I'm going to move around a lot today, even though it's yin. Yeah, let's get, it's Yin Yoga today because it's Thursday. So, yeah, grab some props. If you don't have yoga props, just grab a bunch of pillows and blankets. That's all you really need. But if you do have yoga props, maybe grab 2 blocks, a bolster, and a blanket. And let's get started. We are going to get started. I forgot how we're going to get started. In reclined butterfly. So, bring the soles of the feet together, knees open wide, and lie down on your back. You can have the arms down by the sides, or if you'd like to get into the shoulders and heart a little bit, maybe you bring them above the head and clasp opposite elbows. Close the eyes, relax the face. Begin to slow the breath down. Lengthening the breath, making each inhale as long as the exhales, and the exhales as long as the inhales. Feel the chest and belly expand with each inhale, filling up the lungs completely. And then feel them both contract as you exhale and empty out the lungs completely. Forgot to mention, if you'd like, you can place props underneath the knees or thighs here as well. Pillows, blocks, maybe blankets, whatever you have. Really focus on the breath. Try to let go of anything that happened before you came to your mat today, and let go of anything that might happen after. Allow yourself to be present. Watching the belly rise and fall as you breathe in and out. Today's class, we're going to be working on balancing the liver and gallbladder meridians. So if you've taken some of my yin classes before, there are 10 main meridians in Yin Yoga. There's that go along with some of the internal organs, and there's each meridian there's a yin meridian and then a yang meridian pair. So I can't remember which. I think that the liver is the yin meridian and the gallbladder is the yang meridian. Forgot to write it down, and I kind of forgot which one was which, but it's okay. But they kind of go along with each other because they flow into each other throughout the system. They're energy channels. I have a couple quotes from the book Insight Yoga by Sarah Powers about the liver and gallbladder themselves. The liver commanded particular respect among the ancients, who considered it the seat of life, naming it the liver. The Old English word is Lifer. In German, it is die Leber, from the verb leben, meaning to live. Whereas the liver is considered the general of the army, the gallbladder is the upright official, who is constantly making decisions for the entire body-mind. a little bit more about the liver and gallbladder meridians. Each liver meridian pair are associated with different elements, and Chinese elements are are a little different than the ones they still use earth, air, fire, and water. I think maybe not air. I can't remember, but they definitely have fire, earth, and water. But the liver and gallbladder meridians are actually associated with the element of wood. It is a different meridian element that they use in Chinese medicine. It means it's both stable and flexible. So, like stable like earth, but also flexible like water. The functions of these meridians are that they store blood, they regulate qi flow or like light energy flow, and they are the seat of our soul. The emotions that correlate with these meridians are anger and kindness. When the liver qi is in harmony, we feel compassion. So that's what we're working towards today, feelings of compassion, trying to get rid of even just the slightest bursts of anger can be a sign that your liver and gallbladder meridian qi is not harmonious. With that, some other signs of disharmony are frustration, defensiveness, and anger. And on the other end, it can manifest as feeling paralyzed and unable to stand up for yourself. And when you tend to make rash and impulsive decisions, or when petty annoyances become towering rages, or when liver and gallbladder qi may be imbalanced. So let's take a few more deep breaths here in our reclined butterfly. Feeling the hips open up, maybe the heart opening up if you brought the arms up above the head. Feeling nice and sunken in to the earth. Watching the breath flow in and out of the body, kind of like water. So grounded into the earth, yet flowing like water. We have wood. When you're ready, begin to blink the eyes open. Release the arms up from above the head if you clasped opposite elbows. Then everyone bring the hands to the outer thighs to help you bring the knees back toward one another. From here, cross right ankle over the left thigh. Make sure to flex that right foot to protect the knee and ankle joints. Otherwise, besides that, try to relax everywhere else in the body. You can stay here, kind of gently pressing this right knee out. Maybe use your hand to do so you're not really engaging the leg muscles too much. Or you can also bring the legs in, thread the right arm through that figure 4 shape of the legs. Either interlace the hands behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. And here, you really just relax everything that you can, only using the muscles that you need to keep this shape. Send the breath into that right outer hip, that right glute, or anywhere else you feel a sensation. You can even feel free to let the hips come off the earth if that's what they want to do, unlike in a hatha or vinyasa class. Quiet the mind, close the eyes if you haven't already, and find stillness. On your next exhale, carefully release the legs back down if you brought them in towards the chest. Uncross the right ankle from over the left thigh. Cross left ankle over right thigh. Flex the left foot. Stay here. Or maybe bring the legs in, threading the left arm through that figure four shape. Interlacing the hands either behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin. Send the breath into the areas where you feel sensation, using your exhales to help you let go of tension. On your next exhale, carefully release the legs back down if you lifted them, uncross them, and then lengthen the legs out long in front of you to roll over onto the belly. Flip this way so I can move this out of the way. From here, you can bring the feet a little bit wider than you normally would in a Hatha Vinyasa class. That's up to you though. Bring the forearms out in front of you, either a couple inches in front of the shoulders or right underneath the shoulders. For less intensity, you'll bring the arms further away from the body. For more, bring them closer in. But try not to bring the elbows pressed behind the shoulders. Keep the heart lifted. Relax the belly. Gaze can either be straight out in front of you or maybe you relax the head downward. Breathe into the belly. Close the eyes. Relax any unnecessary tension from the face. Begin to send the breath into the back body. On your next exhale, carefully reach the arms out in front of you into a little diamond shape. Bring the right ear to the mat, and then lift the right knee up towards the right elbow or shoulder. Doesn't have to come up very high. We're just gonna neutralize the spine a little bit before we move into another variation of Sphinx. On your next inhale, reach that right leg back behind you to meet the left. Come back up onto the forearms. You can either stay in your Sphinx or bring a prop underneath your forearms to intensify your Sphinx pose. Maybe a blanket, maybe a pillow, maybe a bolster, maybe even blocks. Or you can come into seal by turning the fingertips out, pressing into the palms, and lifting the elbows up. You can walk the hands in to intensify the stretch, or walk the hands further away for less of a stretch. Relax the belly, relax the shoulders away from the ears, reclose the eyes, send the breath into the back body. On your next exhale, slowly walk the hands back out in front of you, bringing them back into that diamond shape above the head again. This time bring the left ear to the mat and reach the left knee up towards the left elbow, neutralizing the spine here for about a minute. On your next inhale, release the left leg back behind you. Turn the head back to center and make your way up to a seat with the legs out in front of you. We're going to come into a twist here. So cross right leg over the left, the right sole of the foot lands on the earth. You can either keep this left leg lengthened out long in front of you or bring that left foot to the outside of the right hip. From here, reach that right hand back behind you on the floor. Feel free to sit up on any props if you'd like, a blanket, block, bolster, pillow, whatever you have. Inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky, find length. As you exhale, twist to the right, either wrapping that left arm around the right thigh, right leg, or hooking the left elbow to the outside of that right thigh. Got to take my slippers off. Close the eyes, relax the face. Breathe into the belly as you wring out the internal organs. And stretch out the spine. On your next exhale, unwind. And before we do the other side, we're going to come into shoelace pose or half shoelace. So if you have the bottom leg lengthened out in front of you, bring this right foot back towards that left outer hip, stacking the knees on top of one another. And you can keep the left leg lengthened, or if you had the left leg bent, you can bring it back towards the outer edge of that right hip. Stacking knees on top of one another. If you notice a big space in between the knees, you can place a prop there. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to take some side bends here. Take an inhale. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, side bend to the right. Breathe into the left side body. Try to keep that left sit bone planted. And close the eyes, relax the face. You can let the head be heavy. Maybe bring this left hand behind the head, the left head. On an inhale, Lift up through center, and we'll side bend to the other side. Left hand comes down. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, side bend to the left. Breathe into the left side body. Try to keep that right sit bone grounded. Maybe bring the right hand back behind the head. On an inhale, lift back up through center, uncross the legs, and then we'll switch sides. We'll take the twist first. So start by reaching the right leg out in front of you, cross the left leg over the right, bringing the left sole of the foot to the outside of that right leg. You can keep this right leg lengthened out in front of you, or bend that right knee to bring it back. Bring it to the outside of the left hip. Left hand comes to the floor behind you. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, twist to the left, either wrapping that right arm around the left leg or hooking the right elbow behind to the outside of that left thigh. Gaze can either be straight out to the left or back behind you over the left shoulder. Try to keep both sit bones grounded. Feel free to sit up on any props. Breathe into the belly. Close the eyes, relax the face. Quiet the mind and find stillness. Exhale, unwind, coming back through center. Either stacking the knees one on top of one another with the right leg bent, or with the right leg lengthened out in front of you. And then from here, keep both sit bones grounded. Place the left hand down to the left side. Reach the right arm up overhead. Breathe into the right side body. Close the eyes, relax the face, relax the neck. Maybe bring the right hand to the back of the head. Breathe. On an inhale, come back up through center. And then we'll exhale, right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up overhead. Keep that left sit bone grounded. Close the eyes, relax the face. Breathe into the left side body. Maybe bring the left hand to the back of the head. On an inhale, come back up through center. Uncross the legs. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Still in a seat. You can still sit up on any props that you'd like or add props underneath the sit bones. Maybe you stay sitting up tall, breathing here. Maybe you place props underneath the knees as well. Or maybe you exhale and begin to fold forward. Maybe try to have the feet a little further away from the body than you would in a Hatha or Vinyasa class. And let the spine round. Bring the palms to face upward so you're not tempted to pull yourself forward. And instead, let gravity, use your breath. Let gravity do the work for you. And use your breath to help you release tension. Close the eyes if you haven't already. Relax the face. Send the breath deep into the belly. Send the breath into the areas where you feel the most sensation. Finding your edge, the balance between effort and ease. The point in the pose where you feel sensation, but it's not too overwhelming. It should never be painful, and it's not too underwhelming so that you don't feel anything. On your next inhale, slowly roll up through the spine, coming back to sit up nice and tall. Then reach both legs out in either direction. Left leg out to the left, right leg out to the right. You can feel free to have a bend in the knees if you'd like. Maybe place blocks or rolled up blankets underneath them. Relax the legs completely. Feel free to sit up on a blanket, pillow, block, bolster. Take an inhale, sit up nice and tall. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you exhale. Begin to fold forward, rounding the spine. Let the head and neck relax completely. Bring the arms out in front of you with the palms facing up. Maybe place a bolster or pillow underneath the torso and head. Maybe some blocks underneath the head. If you haven't already, close the eyes, relax the face. Use your breath to help you release tension. On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk the hands back in, rolling up through the spine to sit up nice and tall. Remove any props off to the side. Place the hands to the outer thighs, bring a bend to the knees, and slowly walk the legs toward one another, using your hands to help you. Then from here, we come into frog pose. So, I like to add more padding underneath my knees. So, I actually might even grab a second blanket because this pose gets, for some reason, well, I know because I have really sensitive knees, bad knees. So I'm gonna bring another blanket, 2 blankets on top of my towel and on top of my yoga mat for extra padding for this next pose. So if you're like me and have sensitive knees, I would recommend you bring a lot of padding. Bring it kind of long too, because we're gonna have our knees wide. So you're gonna bring the knees as wide as you can get them. But the hips should be up nice and high. So we're not bringing them back towards the heels like child's pose, and we're not bringing them forward. Try to bring the hips right above where the knees would be. So if you start with the knees right underneath the hips, just slide the knees out from there. The feet, I'll turn around to show you what you can do with your feet. So the feet, you can either, for less intensity, you'll have the feet closer in towards you. For more intensity, you'll bring the legs to more of a 90-degree bend. You can stay up on the palms here, or maybe you begin to lower down, maybe bringing props underneath the forearms, underneath the torso, whatever feels best in your body. Maybe you come to lie on the ground. Wherever you're at, close the eyes, relax the face. Breathe into the inner thighs. Wherever you feel sensation, try not to force anything. Let gravity do the work for you. Use your breath to release tension. On your next inhale, Begin to lift the chest back up. If you brought the feet wide, bring the feet toward one another. Begin to walk the knees in gently. Maybe not all the way. We're coming into child's pose. If you can, take a nice wide-kneed child's pose. But if that's too uncomfortable, then go ahead and take a closed knees child's pose. So big toes come to touch behind you. Hips reach back towards the heels. Arms reach out in front of you. Forehead reaches down towards the earth. Breathe into the belly. If you'd like, you can bring a prop underneath the forehead to bring the earth closer to you. You really want to try and find that connection between the third eye space and something. Close the eyes again, relax the face. Breathe into the areas where you feel sensation. On your next inhale, begin to slide yourself onto your belly, then make your way onto your back for Shavasana. Feel free to add some layers for warmth, maybe even bring a blanket over you. I'm going to do that. Lengthen the legs out long in front of you. Rest the arms down by the sides with the palms facing up. Snuggle the shoulder blades underneath the back. Relax the legs and feet completely so that the heels naturally turn in and the toes naturally turn out. Tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck is long. Close the eyes. Relax the entire face. Relax the entire body from the toes to the crown of the head. Let go of your thoughts. Be present, focusing only on relaxation. Allow the breath to return to its natural state, letting go of any breath control. Shavasana. I have a couple phrases for you to meditate upon. There are metta phrases and karuna phrases. They promote positive mind states and help diminish negative ones. These are really good to practice or say to yourself if you're feeling an imbalance of the liver and gallbladder meridians. So if you're feeling angry or lonely or any of those feelings I described earlier on in class, that may be a sign of imbalance for the liver and gallbladder meridian. The first three are metta phrases, and then the fourth one that I will read off is the karuna phrase. And you can repeat them in your head after me. May I be free of fear and harm. May I be content. May I be at peace with what comes. As I experience connectedness, I know others desire to feel this too. May we all be willing to feel connectedness fully. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana longer, please do. But if you're ready to come out, start by lengthening the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. Rock the head from side to side. Reach the arms up overhead, the legs out long in front of you for a morning stretch. Hug the knees into the chest and carefully roll onto the left side. Rest here for a moment. Then whenever you're ready, trying to keep the eyes closed or a soft gaze, make your way up into a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of your mat. Once you arrive in your seat, reclose the eyes if you opened them. Sit up nice and tall, taller than you have all day. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch at the top. Exhale through the mouth, hands to heart center. Bow the chin towards the heart and take a moment to thank yourself for carving this time out of your day to balance your liver and gallbladder meridians. And I thank you for joining me. I hope you can take the benefits from tonight's practice with you into the rest of your night, the rest of your week, and the rest of your life. Bring the thumb knuckles up to the third eye space. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you had a good class. You're ready for bed, and you're feeling compassionate. Thank you again. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like my videos if you like them. And let me know if there's anything you want to work on in any future classes. Then join me again on Saturday for Energizing Vinyasa at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then next week for Yoga for Cyclists on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And this class every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yin Yoga. Thank you again. If you can, please donate. I have Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. They're all listed on my social media and my YouTube. And anything helps and is greatly appreciated. So I hope you have a really good night. Mingy says bye. He's sleeping. Bye.